Woo! It's a good old cloudy day today. Loading up to go fishing. Should be an okay day. Alright. My plug is somewhat in. Oh god, my shoe almost just went in the water. My shoe almost went in the water. I'm turning! Oh my god. We're just drifting slowly along. We're gonna get one. Alright, I'm gonna show you guys how to fish a Texas rig senko. So what you need is a worm and a weight. I like to use these Yamamoto spring lock hooks. This is a 2-watt. It works really good for any Texas rig. And then I like to use this bullet weight. So next thing you need is your worm. 6-inch, 5-inch, doesn't really matter. Alright. So depending on the water, how shallow, how deep, I like to use a 3 8-ounce to a 1 8-ounce weight. You always put the weight on first. So boom, just like that. So it's tied on the hook. You just do a normal pro fisherman's knot. If you're using a spring lock hook, make sure the spring lock is not through the line, because I've done that multiple times and it's kind of annoying. Tie it on. You can cut the slack if you want, you don't need to. So if you do have a spring lock hook, you just screw it on. Make sure you have, I like to go push it up onto this part right here. You push it up until it stops, then you pull through, up. To make it weedless, just do that. Put the point of the hook into the top of the worm. And there you go. Spot to fish a senko is where there's any brush or logs, especially in the winter. But you just cast the senko next to it, up on it, and you pretty much just jig. There's different ways you can jig. So there's like a slow approach. Let it sink, reel in your slack, jig it another few times. And then you can also do like a fast approach. Let it sink. And what the bass will do is it'll usually bite it as it's sinking down. Good job. Cast on in there. Let it sink. Jig it a few times. Reel in your slack. Let it sink. And just keep on doing that. You'll know when you have a bass if you feel weight. You also need to watch your line. And if it's moving one direction, like left or right, or it's moving super fast, then what you do, reel in all your slack, make sure the line's tight, and set the hook. You will know after a few times what a fish feels like. It's important to throw a senko in brush or anywhere where there's wood structure, because if you just cast in the middle of nowhere, it's kind of a waste of your time. So the senkos I usually use, I like to use watermelon red flake because it's the most natural color. It's good in any water, dirty or clean. Green pumpkin, it's a great color, also a natural color. I like to use green pumpkin with the chartreuse tip on it because it gives a really good flash, especially when you're Nico rigging or a normal Texas rig. There's a lot more senkos out there, but those are the 3 I use the most. One thing you really want your bait to do is kind of squirm around when you jig it, and it will do on its own. Jig it, drop, reel in your slack, and you just keep doing that, and eventually get a fish, because senkos are definitely one of the best bass baits out there. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I helped you out. Dude, it's a sick, look at bald eagle. Pretty sick. You're not even looking.